just offer boxing programs. These problems are what's going on in those kinds of gyms. Number one, we started this series because we wanted you guys to learn some of the things that the typical gyms are going through and why they're going through them and how to actually solve that problem, because we need influx of people going into boxing gyms.
Yeah.
So what we are going to do is point out all of the reasons and issues that boxing gyms are experiencing based on not doing the things that they need to do for the actual person to know that they serve their problem, right? I'm not going into a place that literally does not say specifically what they do for me, all right? So what we're going to do is go through a couple of different gyms that we work with
Yeah.
had this problem up front. So the first thing that they didn't have, first common problem was
Mm-hmm.
they had no detail marketing. Target, they had no target.
Yeah, they have no, it is not clear at all who they serve, just that they might have boxing. And that is not enough, guys. You got to be very aware of who you serve and how you fix a problem.
Bottom line is this: if I tell you to go into CVS and on the floor is a ton of powder, and they are like, if you got a headache, you can make your own Tylenol. We got the Tylenol, it's just not put together. Would you make your own Tylenol, or would you leave that store and go find a place that actually has bottled the Tylenol and it says Tylenol on the bottle? And now you can actually know what you're putting in your mouth and you don't have to actually put it together. You see, that's what happens when people don't say what they do in a boxing gym or a gym that just has boxing programming. If you don't make it clear that I serve men above the age of 40
Mm-hmm.
that actually are dealing with stress and anxiety, and that has caused them to have belly fat that they want to get rid of because now they want to get their own swagger back. That's what I specialize in, and I use boxing. You see, boxing is the tool, it's
It's the tool.
not the whole thing. With that, I put the symptoms and the root, because all of those things are all triggered from the nervous system. So there's nothing better to get the nervous system more aligned than boxing, because you use a lot of verbal cues, you do a lot of simple things. We call it compensatory control, when you do everything very simple every day the exact same way. And so that's what happens if a person is coming to me, right? I know exactly who my customer is, right?
That's
But
it.
gyms don't. So that's the number one thing. So they have to learn how to be specific, right?
Absolutely. And that carries over into your messaging. So if you don't know who you're serving, you don't know what you do, you sure as heck can't talk to them and call them out. We call that a dog whistle.
Yeah.
You want to speak, and so people know I'm talking to you. I can help you in my gym. And that's the most important thing.
So the once you get to this place where you don't specify, this is what the problem is. When
Hmm.
you don't specify what you do, you're talking to everybody. You go out and you buy a cabinet full of gloves, cabinet full of hand wraps, and for the most part, sometimes you go in and get headgear and you don't even really have competitive boxers. You just want to spend a lot of money on the wrong things. And what we want to do is prevent you guys from spending too much money and
Wasting it.
learning how to purchase into things that actually help these problems get gone. All
Hmm.
right. Now, and when you're talking to so many different people, no one's listening because you're not really clear about what you do. So therefore, there is nothing valuable in your posting.
Well, yeah, yeah, because what we will see in social media is people, if they are trying to do their social media, they're showing mitts or they're showing people hitting a heavy bag, but they're not speaking at all as
Yeah.
to who what they're doing with that. What
Yeah.
is that doing for somebody?
Yeah.
And here's the thing, people pay to have problems removed.
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody's going to give you money. And what I calculated up to is people are saying, I got this at my gym, right? I got heavy bags, I got a ring, I got medicine balls, but they don't understand how you do your process because it may not align with, they may be physically enabled, or they may have bad knees, or they may have sciatica. If they
Yeah,
don't understand your process, it's not going to feel good choosing you. It'll be like a bad decision. And no one's just going to sign up for something that could be a bad decision and they're paying for it. It's
yeah,
hard enough for a person. It takes a person 12 times to decide if they're
that's
going to
right.
go to a gym. If they don't know what you do really or specialize in, why would they even consider you? So that's
Exactly.
what happens with not knowing exactly what you're doing. And what they do is what people see is you posting about yourself. You're talking about yourself. So it's more like Mr. Me Guy,
Me guy. We say
right?
that. Yeah.
And that's not a good look. And we got to be clear in the gym world that marketing is key, and you have to make it very clear what you do, right? So I don't want to beat down the dead horse, but one of the next things that we notice is that a lot of these gyms are empty during the day.
Empty. Ghost town during the
Yeah,
day.
and the reason why that is because you're running a hobby shop and not something that
Hmm.
specializes in a thing. Because if you specialize in losing 15 pounds of belly fat, I mean that's your specialty.
Hmm.
Like you can just keep it simple. Say I can in phase one of our training, we're gonna take 10 pounds of belly fat out of your body, right? And that's just simple dieting, following the process, and very little exercise. You don't even have to work hard because losing stomach fat isn't about what you're doing in the gym physically, it's about
Hmm.
what you're putting in your body, right?
That's right.
So let's focus on a little bit of being very, very, being okay with keeping it very simple because people like to hear things on a third grade level,
They do.
right?
Yes, that's what we know for sure.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
Another thing that we notice that people are not doing in gyms, and it's okay because you didn't go to school to be a business owner.
That's right.
Therefore, you don't understand business protocol that you should have in your repertoire when opening up a boxing gym or a gym that offers boxing programming. This is where we hit that metal piece in the road and it flattens our tire
That's right.
because we think because we got certified that we were actually going to understand how to run a business.
Hmm.
Well, let me explain something to you. When it comes down to restaurants, 9 out of 10 restaurants close
Facts.
every year, right? Why? Because they're opened by chefs. And chefs don't know how to run a business, and neither do trainers.
Same thing.
They only are used to working with people. They're not used to acquiring people. That's an entirely different monster,
Yeah.
right? So when you are dealing with that, you got to learn what is it that I need to know what to do, and is that something I need to do or learn to do, or should I just go work at a gym?
Yeah.
Yeah, go work at a boxing gym or go work at a gym that offer boxing program because you don't understand how important it is to know exactly what people who are in that office are putting together when it comes down to marketing strategies for gyms.
That's
So,
right. It's a real thing. How
yeah,
many times, I mean, countless times we have heard from people, they'll hit our DMs and they just opened or about to open and they've given zero thought to operations or marketing, but they got their heavy bags.
got the heavy
They have
bags.
signed a big fat lease,
Yeah,
but the skills, whether our skills that you buy from this man right here, they don't pay your bills.
yeah.
Your marketing is what's going to get people in your door.
Got to learn how to market that stuff. Now, another thing that we do notice, and this is what you gym owners got to realize, this is not going to change. In 10 years, it'll be the exact same
Mhm.
outside of every once in a while you get a little wave like what we did over the weekend. We used the boxing event
It's
to
dope.
actually drive members. And what we did is sign people into a place where we got their email numbers. Boom. Now we can set offers because we got warm leads. People who are willing to come to a gym.
Yeah.
Most people are not going to come if they don't consider wanting to be at a gym or if
Yeah.
they're a member of another gym. So those are warm leads. And that's what we did. Boxing Gym Rescue is a real thing. This is a narrative, a mission. And we're going to make sure that these guys understand how to do it, learn how to market, learn how to run your operations inside of the
That's
gym.
right.
There are only two forms of things that you have to focus on in a business, and that's audience and operation. They're
Facts.
getting neither one of them when you don't have a very, what we call an omnipresence in social media, Google, and connected to your website and your community. When that's not all talking, then it's no omnipresence. And omnipresence, for those of you who are not familiar with the term, meaning you're everywhere, like me. Every second of every day, people are listening to me.
Yeah.
I apologize, but I'm out here. I'm marketing because marketing is just telling people
Yeah.
what you do, showing them, taking them behind the scenes, giving them that raw, uncut, filtered stuff. And then every once in a while, we throw them super cool sizzle reels out there.
That's it.
But the bottom line is this: the thing that we get comfortable with is being comfortable as the gym owners. And what is the problem is that people won't get to a place where they are going into the community and getting the actual customers.
There,
No,
yeah.
I went out last week and in the rain a couple of times
Yeah.
and physically got people. And what I found out about people is they want to actually be somewhere. They want to actually take part and come into the box and gym, right? But they need someone that actually understands how to express it. And if you don't know how to express it, you can do an AI prompt and
There's
have
that.
some AI. There is that. But don't do nothing. Don't just
Yeah.
think it's going to change. It's not going to just change, right? So if you are trying to do anything, I don't care what it is. If you're a DJ, it doesn't matter if you're a fireman.
It's true.
If you need to get better traction, amplify your name brand, it takes marketing. And so you got to have just those understanding pieces, man. It's so crazy because I'm over at the thing and just enjoying my time. But it bothers the people who are running their facilities when they know that they have great product. You have a great product.
Yeah.
You got a great product.
Yeah.
And when you got a great product, I mean, it's nothing worse than that. It's almost like the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? They got a beautiful stadium,
Yeah.
crazy cool colors, but man, do they suck, right? It just a bad taste in your mouth when people are not really conscious. So our job is to help. And now, if you're not willing to do the reach outs and connect with people that are actually there physically at hand's reach, then you have to think about the next thing, and that's making the people that you have in your space have them going into different levels of
Just-
packages.
That's right.
Yeah.
We call that a value ladder.
Yeah,
Value ladder.
value
People want
ladder.
a place. People want a place. They want to stick around.
they want to stick around.
And trust me, your clients that you have right now, your members, they want to know what's more, what's
Yeah.
next.
Yeah, I don't want to just lose 10 pounds and get stuck. I want to know
Yeah.
that you have a 20-pound weight loss because you might be dealing with something serious, you know?
Yeah.
So it's easy to get overweight. It takes about a weekend. How many people have went away for the weekend and came back 10 pounds heavier? That is nothing to do. But you
Yeah.
don't get them 10
On a
pounds
cruise.
off. Yeah, you don't get that cruise weight off of you in like a minute. So I want you guys to really take heed and watch us uncover a multitude of gems and just talk about the problems that they face that are fixable. But the number one thing you have to remember is you have to open your mouth and get clear. So that thing is called targeting. Then you have to be clear about how you say it. That's messaging. And then letting people know that there's actually a place, a residence that you serve at. Just something as simple as your location could make a person just slide by. But making it so that when they come in and you sit them down and have the conversation, that there's an actual process and journey that they're going to go through.
Yeah.
And that, my friend, is a valuable ladder. And then once you targeting who you are, knowing exactly how to talk to them, the solution that you have, and then giving them a valuable ladder to climb over the course of time, that's their journey, then the customer experience is 10 times better. That's kind of it in a nutshell.
No, I love the way you explain that because what we see time and time again And this is what gyms, not just boxing gyms, but gyms across the board. It's all, when it comes to what you can purchase from a gym, it's all usually just a package of this, a package of that, 30 days this, 6-pack of training sessions with a personal trainer. But there's no long-term fix.
And that's what comes.
And that's what people pay for.
Yeah.
You're leaving, what we always say
Not
is you're
really.
leaving.
The Groupon people,
Oh,
they don't care about they want to just look good for the weekend, for 2 days. That's all they want to do.
Yeah.
They going to the beach for a beach weekend with their homegirls or their homies. They just want to look good. So,
yeah.
like I said, you can be that, what we call the Planet Fitness focus,
Just
or
a
you can be a boutique, a studio that specializes in solving a real thing.
Yeah.
Because a 10-pound weight loss is a big deal. All a person needs to know is that you can get 10 pounds off of me. You can teach me how to box. Then I want to lose weight using boxing. How does that look? You implement weight training, dumbbells for the most part. You're focusing on building your bone density, right? So that means you're upping your calorie intake. Why? Because you're not going to lose weight the wrong way. You're going to actually lose fat. So that means you're going to consume more fat, you're going to consume more protein, and you're going to train in what we call, most of the time, you'll do TUT, time under tension, slow training, burning those calories, putting that fat on a freaking grill and burn it, right? And then let your body just turn into that nice chisel look that you've been wanting. And then you hit it up with some fast twitch muscle drills with plyometrics and explosive med ball training. But you only do few reps. You got to stay within that heart rate zone. Your training zone matters if you're trying to just look shredded. If you want to be thorough with the way you look, and you can see your handlebars right here on the side, rib cage, everything, all the muscles, your fingers on the side, then you got to understand exactly how that looks. And if that's what you're serving at your gym, that's what people want to do. Because I can tell,
pay for that.
I can explain exactly what I'm going to do. And it ain't nothing that a person that is listening to me can hear that's not going to be yummy to their ears. And they're going to dive all on it because that's their problem. So if you can't explain how you're going to solve that problem for them, then it's not going to be that yummy. They'll go around with 15 extra pounds because you're just not clear. So with that being said, we just want to make sure that we're going to go through all of the things that these gyms are actually going through. And like I said, with under 130 gyms under our banner.
Yep.
And then in one other group, we got 3,000. We got to address it so it's not continuing to go on. All right.
Yeah,
so
it's a big deal. It's all fixable.
That's right. I want you guys to tune in tomorrow because we keeping this going. If you know somebody with a gym, you better tell them to watch Master Boxing page because it's going down. And if you are somebody that got a gym right now, or you're a trainer at one of those gyms, make sure you go right directly to that survey. It's free to take the survey and see what holes you got in your game. You don't want to have blind spots. So go down below, hit the survey, take it, and it'll give you a score. Maybe your gym is not in a good space right now with the score, but that gives you a working point.
Yeah, it's super eye-opening. Takes you 60 seconds to take it, and it's just a real good dose of reality and gives you something to work with. So
the gym,
take it down below.
The gym saves communities, and the communities are necessary to help raise the kids because it takes a community to raise a child. So you're not just selling gym membership, you're becoming a beacon in your neighborhood and building a community starting inside of that gym. So if that sounds like you, get your ass right down to those links and click and take the survey.
It should be down
and save this video to refer back to. And like always, follow for more. Peace.